Wakanda forever!
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 Chadwick Boseman movie moments.
Give me something I can hit.
Now we're together, we ain't.
You're really good.
Not good enough.
For this list, we're looking at the scenes and roles that epitomize this late actor's talent, influence, and the gifts he gave the world. As part of our WatchMojo.org initiative, all proceeds from this video will be donated to colorectal cancer research. Number 10. The Battle of Wakanda, Avengers: Infinity War. At the end of Black Panther, T'Challa made a commitment to not only protect his homeland, but the world we all share. In Infinity War, it's the whole universe that's on the line.
Get this man a shield.
Wakanda serves as the setting for the climactic battle against Thanos' forces. Although he's part of an enormous ensemble, Boseman once again sticks out thanks to his natural charisma.
Thank you for standing with us.
I'm for it too.
As the Outriders storm through the energy barrier, the Wakandan army and the Avengers charge into combat, but not before T'Challa gets everyone pumped with his most iconic line.
Wakanda forever!
Boseman brings such a commanding presence to T'Challa that we would gladly fight right beside him, even during an alien invasion. Number 9. Confronting the Captain, 21 Bridges. In one of his final roles, Boseman brought gravitas and class to this underrated action thriller.
You're really good.
Not good enough.
Boseman plays Andre Davis, an NYPD detective trying to honor his father's memory and do the right thing. This culminates in a standoff against his corrupt police captain, who's part of a drug trafficking conspiracy. Although Captain McKenna attempts to justify his actions, Davis responds with a heartbreaking story about his father and what the badge is supposed to represent.
3 guys murdered my father. He took 2 with him, but the third. He hit my dad so many times. He broke every bone in his face.
In the shootout that follows, he remains cool and confident throughout, taking down the crooked cops. Even when another detective gets the drop on him, Davis remains calm, managing to subdue her with words rather than force.
You pull that trigger, you get life.
Number 8. T'Challa addresses the United Nations, Black Panther. Leading an army into battle is one thing, but it takes a special kind of hero to lead a government. T'Challa is equal parts warrior and king, and Boseman couldn't have done a better job of balancing both sides of this character.
Who are you?
In a post-credits scene, T'Challa addresses the United Nations with a speech that sums up why the world needs more leaders like him. The King of Wakanda decides that he can no longer watch from the shadows, opening up his country's resources to the world.
My name is King T'Challa, son of King T'Chaka. I am the sovereign ruler of the nation of Wakanda. And for the first time in our history, we will be sharing our knowledge and resources with the outside world.
His comments on bridges and barriers were already relevant when this movie came out in 2018, but they carry even more weight now. During times of crisis, we should remember T'Challa's wise words.
What can a nation of farmers have to offer the rest of the world?
Number 7. Winning the Pennant, 42.
I'll give you the guts.
Just as Boseman broke down barriers in Hollywood, Jackie Robinson did the same in Major League Baseball. And this isn't the only parallel these two African-American icons shared. Both dealt with personal struggles behind the scenes, but that didn't stop them from maintaining a positive attitude in public and always giving 100%. They aspired to be role models who others could look up to, constantly defying the odds. In the biopic 42, Robinson's greatest feat comes in a climactic game against the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Give me something I can hit.
Robinson's home run secures the Dodgers the National League pennant. While the Yankees would go on to win the World Series, 42 shows that it's all about how you play the game. And few played it better than Robinson or Boseman. Number 6. T'Challa vs. Mvaku, Black Panther. Like T'Challa, Boseman was a fighter even in the face of great adversity. That fighting spirit is on full display in this rousing scene where the new King of Wakanda defends his crown.
Mvaku, what are you doing here?
It's challenge day.
Challenged by Mvaku, T'Challa must face off against the rival leader without his suit or the powers of the heart-shaped herb. All he has at his disposal are traditional weapons and his bare fists.
I, Mvaku, leader of the Jabari
I
wisdom.
accept your challenge.
While Mvaku gets the upper hand more than once, T'Challa ultimately shows him what he's made of. Although he could easily send his opponent falling to his demise, T'Challa convinces Mvaku to put the well-being of his people before his own stubborn pride. Combat aside, his honor, mercy, and rationality are what truly make T'Challa a worthy king.
Yield! Don't make me kill you!
Number 5. Equal Protection. Marshall. Boseman gave one of his most poised and inspirational performances as Thurgood Marshall, the first African-American to serve on the U.S. Supreme Court. This biopic mainly centers on Marshall's early days as a well-spoken lawyer for the NAACP.
Mr. Spell's attorney, Thurgood Marshall.
I thought you were Spell's lawyer, Mr. Freeman.
It's Friedman, Sam Friedman of Friedman and Friedman.
Along with another lawyer, Marshall takes on a wrongfully accused black man's case. Boseman is especially strong in this scene, where Marshall speaks to the press about the flawed judicial system.
How could a man have a fair trial when he's denied counsel of his choice? When the members of his race are eliminated from service on his jury, when fear and bias against his race are the central points of the case against him.
Although his client has the right to a fair trial, it's clear he's being judged based on skin color alone. While the film is set in the 1940s, these words haven't lost their significance in today's divided world. Marshall was a strong advocate for equal protection, and Boseman captures everything he stood for.
Here, we're promised equal protection under the law. Nothing complicated about that. That promise has not been realized, not even close.
Number 4. T'Challa reunites with T'Chaka, Black Panther. In Captain America: Civil War, T'Challa tells Natasha that death is not the end.
Death is not the end.
We see what he means in Black Panther when T'Challa is crowned and given back the powers of the heart-shaped herb. Finding himself in a vast grassland beneath a purple sky, he encounters a tree full of Black Panthers, one of whom is his father, T'Chaka. Their time together in the world of the living might have been cut short, but they have a chance to reconnect on the ancestral plane. T'Challa is guilt-ridden over his father's death and misses him terribly. T'Chaka is able to reassure him and offer some advice on being king. Even in death, T'Chaka continues to inspire, and the same can be said about Boseman.
I am not ready to be without you.
Number 3. We're together or we ain't. Get on up. Over the course of just 4 years, Boseman played Jackie Robinson, Thurgood Marshall, and James Brown. It's a testament to what a versatile actor Boseman was, and his turn as the Godfather of Soul might have been his most transformative performance.
If it sounds good and it feels good, then it's musical. So play it like I say play it.
Boseman becomes Brown, embodying his mannerisms, voice, and charisma to near perfection. In the wake of Martin Luther King Jr.'s assassination, Brown persuades a Boston venue to proceed with a scheduled concert. He sees this as an opportunity to calm people during a tragedy. And although the performance almost erupts in violence, Brown eases tensions. Briefly stopping the performance, he encourages the crowd to come together in unity. During a time of great loss, anger, and sadness, Brown gave people exactly what they needed.
Now we're together, we ain't.
Number 2. Norman forgives Paul, The Five Bloods. Boseman's Stormin' Norman Holloway isn't on screen for long in The Five Bloods, having died during the Vietnam War. His presence is felt throughout the film, though, influencing the characters every step of the way. In a tragic flashback, we learn that Norman was accidentally killed by his fellow soldier Paul. The guilt and trauma fester inside Paul for decades, feeding his anger and resentment. Alienating himself from everyone else, the delirious Paul finds himself alone in the jungle until he sees Norman. Bringing his brother in for a hug, Norman forgives Paul and asks Paul to forgive himself.
It was an accident.
Considering this film was released less than 3 months before Boseman's untimely death, his parting words couldn't have been more beautiful or poignant.
I forgive you. Ain't no thing blood. Come on.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. T'Challa vs. Bucky, Captain America Civil War. T'Challa at his most badass. Papa don't take no mess. Get on up. Boseman at his most emotionally charged.
You better get on out of here right. You ain't gonna make me come out myself. You better get on out of here right now.
Impromptu weapon. Message from the king. Don't mess with the king. Watch me sack him. Draft day. Holding his own against a screen legend like Kevin Costner.
Watch me sack him 4 times in one game, then watch what happens after.
Breaking the bat. 42. Even when in great pain, Robinson was unbreakable. Playing Broncos running back Floyd Little. The Express, the Ernie Davis story. Only a legend can play a legend.
Ernie, this is Floyd Little. Floyd, this is...
Ernie Davis. 2,386 yards, 360 carries, 6.6 yards a carry.
You're good at math, huh?
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Return of the King, Black Panther. Boseman will always be remembered as an amazing actor and an even more amazing human being. More than anything else, though, Black Panther will remain synonymous with his legacy. If we had to single out T'Challa's most triumphant moment in this Best Picture-nominated blockbuster, it would have to be his return to Wakanda for a second round against Killmonger. Rising from a burning crash site like a phoenix, T'Challa reveals that he's alive and is ready to fight for his kingdom.
What's up? I never yielded. And as you can see, I am not dead.
The battle that ensues against his vengeful cousin sees T'Challa and his allies emerge victorious. Although Boseman is no longer with us, his impact on the MCU and cinema in general will last forever, just like Wakanda. Hail to the king.
My king.
Wakanda forever!
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.